important that you guys get the right clipboard. If you don't get the clipboard, just do your best with what you have. I would, on my desk, I would use it up against the edge, and then if I took my ruler, I would take my ruler and place it up against the edge. If you did that with a textbook, you could also do it. So you can make a plan as long as you understand the concept behind why we have an EGD board and why we need a clipboard with this lip, then you will be able to figure out ways of doing it as accurately as possible. So at the moment I'm not going to clip my page in because this is quite a small working area. An EGD board is A3, so it's much bigger, but it's quite difficult with the smaller, so it's okay for now, but try as a rule to keep it in there so that it doesn't move around. 10 millimeters from the sides. All you do is you take your ruler and you measure 10 millimeters. You do 2 marks, 3 if you want to be more accurate. But if you take your page and you slide it so that your page is flush with the edge, because remember it can move, it's always better to keep it tucked in there. Okay, making sure that it's at the bottom. I'll go here, I line up those dots, I measure 10 millimeters up, and I draw my first side. Now I'm drawing quite dark so that you guys can see. Oh, geez, you can't. You'll have to watch the video again. But I'm drawing quite dark so that you guys can see. And you do the same at the top. You measure 10 millimeters from the top of the page, 10 millimeters, and we're talking about 1 centimeter here. We never ever refer to centimeters because architects only work in millimeters. And that's what we are focusing on. Okay, so as a rule, we don't use millimeters, centimeters, we only use millimeters. So it's 10 millimeters from the side. And you will find that in the beginning it takes you quite a while to set up your page, but the more you draw, the faster you are going to get. And if you look at all the drawings in the textbook, every single one of them has a border and a name block. Always, as far as possible, try and use your ruler up against the edge rather than relying on your judgment of a straight line. Right, next we go on to the name block. I really wish there was something I could do to make this easier for you guys. Okay, your name block is going to be 75 wide, and that 75 gets divided into 3 areas. The height is going to be 20 millimeters, which gets divided into 2. So basically this lesson is about learning to manipulate your page, your pencil, and your set squares. Yes?
So I was just thinking about this, how does we draw the...
Alright, so your name block is going to be 20 up, which we're going to divide into 10 and 10. Okay, so it's 20 up, and then going across, we're going to make it 75, okay, which we divide into 3 segments on the bottom section of 25, 25, 25. For every drawing that you do, you need to have a name block. And we're going to start off today with our guidelines. Then I want you to just draw 2 guidelines in the middle of that page there, which is 3 millimeters high. And in between there, you're going to print your name. Yes.
Our name block is like
Okay, I've just moved my board around that, and what I did is I turned my page like that so that I could use the clipboard to leave my rulers on me. Okay, right. Leave that for now, that's absolutely fine. That's perfect, that's fine, but we're going to make all of our drawings on landscape. Okay. Going forward, so you can do portrait and line, but we normally usually more easy like that. That's fine, that's really fine. You guys are doing well. Are you using a tilted pencil crayons are way too soft. Okay, so for a nice crisp draw, which one? So, in art you have B pencils, okay, for shading and getting nice texture and things like that. For EGB, we want it to be as accurate as possible. So it needs to be an H pencil, which is a very hard pencil, and you end up going very light. So if you don't have an H pencil, that's fine. You can use a touch pencil, and or otherwise just make sure that your pencils are very sharp so that your lines are nice and thin and crisp. Okay. Right, so on the top of your page, measure your first guideline of 5 millimeters.
How long would that be?
Okay, it doesn't matter how long it is, any length. Obviously, if you are printing the name of something, it's going to be as long as that name is. Okay, so you can always extend it if you need to. Okay, so I've just measured 2 5 millimeter lines. because I'm going to print the alphabet, I'm going to print the numbers underneath there. And remember, they said to us, your printing is going to be 3 millimeters high, and then it's going to be a 2 millimeter gap. And then it's going to be 3 millimeters, and then a 2 millimeter gap. When you print your guidelines, they must barely be visible, okay? So hold your pencil higher and gently pull your line. Your letters, you will notice, must touch the top line and the bottom line. They need to be vertical, they can't be at an angle. So it's going to be 5 millimeters and 3 millimeters. Okay. So you print in between the 3 millimeters, and then you've got a 2 millimeter space. Okay, I'm just going to push pause.